honey. Well, that's why I brought my second honey, Christy Turner, who brings us Germac. It's great to see you. This is by far and away one of my favorite gourmet holiday treats because when you think about the colors of the holiday, it exists in this set of 3 cherry berry variety assortments. What's interesting about this is 7 years ago, we launched Germac here on QVC, and their #1 bestseller was that original mix. Well, you're getting 1 16-ounce jar of that. You're also getting a walnut cherry-based berry combination that includes white and dark chocolate, which we can't ship all throughout the year. And by the way, we sold it on its own last year. Impossible to keep in stock because it kept selling out. And then finally, we have a roasted version for you that is salted, that is absolutely decadent. All 3 of these varieties, brand new today. They can ship out to you now or on December 5th. But I will say this, if you're getting them for Thanksgiving, there's no auto delivery. If you're going to be around a lot of family, I would say get 2 sets because the way that I grab Germac is like the claw.
Oh, yeah.
It's not dainty and pretty. It's like, give me the whole jar.
Well, when you're snacking, it's finger food. You're allowed to do that. Some people actually pick up the jar and just do that.
I've seen my father do that a time or 2. No judgment, Frank Kaysen. But what is Germac all about that keeps everybody the centerpiece of their gourmet snacking?
Germac has been around since 1924, and we have first brought the pistachio to the United States in 1924, and we started batch roasting nuts, and then we came up with nut and fruit mixes, and then nuts and fruits and chocolates, and we haven't changed a thing. That's the main thing, is we are family owned. We're almost like mom and pop, and we haven't changed a thing. We batch roast in very small batches, and as you said, cherry berry. If you were with us when we first introduced this, you'll remember it because it was our #1 seller, first one we ever brought here to you, to QVC.
Look at all of those colors.
I know, isn't that gorgeous?
It's like a white Christmas mixed with the holidays.
It is. It's gorgeous, and then we've just broadened it. What's that all saying? Let's do it again. Let's do it even better this time, okay?
Even better.
One more time and do it even better. So if you want me to show you what's in all of this,
yeah,
I'd love to. That is the original cherry berry that I just poured out. The difference in this one is there's no salt in the nuts. We don't batch roast these. You get almonds. You get this big, bright, you're talking color. You were talking color,
so
Courtney.
good.
Look, I know. Well, the colors tell the story. Look, that's Thanksgiving. That's Christmas. You get cashews in here, and then I have to do this for you. You know I have to do this.
Oh, my gosh.
This is the way a fruit is supposed to look. These are our Michigan cherries. We have these in every one of these jars. You get all 3 jars. You don't have to make a choice. Look, it's still pulling, still going.
You know, I often find sometimes when I get Germacs, when you talk about, again, the cherries of the world, they taste better out of Germac than what I get at my local store. And that's considering dry because there's so much flavor.
There's so much flavor.
But then this second flavor, which makes up 1 of 3 jars that you're getting today, brand new, that ships out now or December 5th, is probably one that's the hardest to keep in stock. I know several times last year when you and Dan Wheeler were together, I didn't quite pick up my phone soon enough to be able to get this special mix.
I believe it flew out the door back to back. So, yeah, the difference in this one is, and I'll come down here and show you the difference in this one, is we have walnuts in here instead of pecans. We have walnuts, and that has a nice toasty flavor all on its own. We have dark chocolate, creamy dark chocolate. We have batch roasted cashews. You can tell the difference in the color there. It's golden, creamy, buttery nut. Then we have white chocolate, one of the very few ones that we have white chocolate in. We have this big, huge Michigan cherries. Look how shiny and colorful and squishy. And then we have batch roasted almonds. Again, the batch roasting process from Germac, you can tell by that deep, rich color. And then, like you said, cranberries, Thanksgiving, Christmas, snack. That's what you need.
And you know what's so interesting about this, because this really does have a holiday feel. It's the dark chocolate that opens up that robust sensory on your palate, but it's the white chocolate that calms and soothes it. And then you throw in the cherries and the cranberries in there. And it's this kind of like sensory overload where the only thing that makes next sense is to be like, and get more.
Well, what you're hitting on is the fact that Germac makes recipes.
Yes.
You know, and we don't mess around with things. We just don't dump things into jars and go, okay, we think this looks pretty good, we're going to go with it. That's not the way it works. We put together things that will go together and taste good. And Cherry Berry, as I said, was a winner the first time that you met Cherry Berry. You know, in 2010 here at QVC, you fell in love with it. We just kicked it up a notch. Is what we did.
All of this whole pieces of fruit. I mean, this is the the kind of thing that when you want to spoil yourself and spoil your guests, it's an easy way to do it. There's no auto delivery on this. And the chocolate, we can't ship all throughout the year. When you're talking about these 3 different varieties for $42.96, think of this as a gourmet confection with more savory, filling components that you're not just eating for dessert. I mean, you're snacking on all throughout the day. And with this roasted and salted cherry berry combination, to me, the cherry and as well as those beautiful cranberries pop even more with that little bit of salt.
Little bit. It's a little bit of canola oil and a little bit of salt, roasted very small batches.
Oh, yeah.
So you have your same ingredients as you have in the original cherry berry. You have your cranberries, you have your cashews, but they're roasted in this one. You have roasted pecans in this one. You have roasted almonds in this one. And then once again, I can never resist that beautiful, gorgeous Michigan cherry. I mean, that is just so insanely good. You can even smell the cherries when you open the jar.
I've just never seen a cherry that looks like that dried anywhere else other than Germac.
We know well, Germac is from Michigan, and those are Michigan. Michigan is the cherry state, so we know what we're doing.
When you take a road trip and the kids are in the back seat, or even full-on adults are like, are we there yet? You know, the traffic's crazy during the holidays.
Yeah.
Well, it works the same when you're preparing that holiday dinner. And it may not be a holiday dinner per se on the day, but it might be the days leading up to it. It's like, what are you gonna feed the troops to keep them from asking, what's for dinner? How long's dinner gonna be? I'm hungry, I'm starving. Well, what about this incredible mix of cherry berry? The one where the flavor profiles, you think dried fruit tastes like fresh fruit. It's that juicy and packs such a punch. And yet for 3 of these, all brand new today, there's no auto delivery, and if you want the December 5th shipment, that is by far and away our most limited shipment available that we have today. You are seeing these brand new. If you like the white chocolate and dark chocolate combination,
can you smell that chocolate?
It just is. It's like it's the yin and yang to everything I love about chocolate. That sold out last year in its own SKU that was impossible to keep in stock. But we thought, what would make it better than bringing back 3 of these, the original variety, and of course that brand new that you can get today. You can pick up more than one if you'd like, because we do have Easy Pay. But I will tell you this now, if you're expecting this to last throughout Thanksgiving and you've never tried this before, trust me when I tell you that Aaron Graves and myself over a Harry Potter movie, it was the last one, which was 4 hours to be fair, broke out a jar and a half of these, and neither one of us regretted it. Harry Potter was forever better because of Germac.
Because of cherry berry and Germac. And this is the way it's going to come. I just want to add real quick, packed fresh only to your order. So see, no crumblies. The food has not been breaking down. I make a phone call really quickly when I get off the air here to Wally in the warehouse and observe the gorgeous labels too. And these aren't even packed yet. Your jars aren't packed yet until you tell us. Pack them, please.
Pack 'em. I'm hungry.
Pack 'em, please, I'm hungry.
All 3 brand new today. No auto delivery. It can ship out now or December 5th. It's in 52633. I have been waiting for this next item. Every year I go eat at Sarah Beth's, and it is the highlight of my year.
Well, those are some pretty fighting words there, I would say, Courtney, because Courtney enjoys her food very much. But if you actually